Hello students, welcome you back to the course of cloud computing. We are into the last few topics of unit 3. Today's lecture we will see the architectural design challenges. This is pertaining to the cloud computing architecture, and we will see the design challenges faced. So there are 5 main challenges. Basically, auto scaling is a very important feature. So when we are going for that design, what are the challenges? And then based on high performance, failure, and data portability and pay as you go. We will see each of them in detail. So coming to the first challenge, the design for auto scaling. We know very well what auto scaling is. It can be spelled as auto scaling, and it can also be called as automatic scaling. It is a method used in cloud computing whereby the computational resources are either scaled up or down. We are using the term server farm to indicate that there are more than one active servers. A data center is going to contain more than one server. So everything put together, they have given the name farm. So server farm. And this particular scaling will depend upon the load on the farm. That is, how much ever requirement you are asking from the farm. So depending on that, it will automatically scale up or down the resources. And this is mainly to mention that it is automatically adding or removing compute resources depending upon the actual usage. So we can also refer to as automatic elasticity. We have already seen that elasticity is nothing but the scaling up or down of the computing resources. And Amazon Web Service is a very good cloud provider, and this is having this feature of auto scaling, and using that it monitors the application automatically, adjusts the capacity to maintain a steady predictable performance at the lowest possible cost. So we will be studying AWS in detail in our 5th unit. So just know the example that AWS has a auto scaling feature. The remaining all these what has been mentioned, everything is part of the AWS and they are helpful in auto scaling. That is what they are trying to say here. So let's not bother much about it. We will be studying all this in detail in the 5th unit. And mainly it is able to perform optimization, cost, and it is able to balance between the two. So how exactly this auto scaling happens in AWS? So basically you have the cloud applications, and our AWS auto scaling feature is there. So it is first exploring our applications, and then it is discovering what we need to scale. We might have mentioned some request. So based on the request, it is going to find out what we are interested to scale, whether we want more resources or we want to reduce the resources. And accordingly, it will choose how to optimize. When I am going for scaling, it should also take care of performance and cost, which comes under optimization. And then it will keep on tracking the scaling when it is happening to maintain this performance and cost. So this will be a roundabout cycle wherein each time whenever a request comes, it explores and discovers what I need to be scaled, and it will also take care of the performance and cost issues, and it will keep on tracking the system. So the benefits, it is able to set up scaling quickly. It is able to analyze what is the scaling required and it is able to do it. And it is doing smart scaling decisions. It is automatically taking care of the scaling, and it will also maintain the performance, and pay only what you need is referring to the cost factor. We are able to pay only what we require, and even when the loads are periodic, unpredictable, continuously changing, it automatically takes care of this scaling part, and maintains the performance and the cost. The next challenge, we go for design for high performance. Now basically high performance computing means there are some overheads which we will see in the next slide. It is actually the use of parallel processing for running advanced application programs efficiently, reliably and quickly. That is only coming under high performance computing. So if the application is too big, I may have to run many applications in parallel. So when I am running in parallel, I will be using more than one server, and that will automatically cause some challenges. So that is what we are going to see. So basically the virtualization overhead. Now more than one virtual machine, we will be creating multiple isolated virtual machines. So there will be an overhead on it. And then multi-tenancy resources, multiple customers will be sharing the same application. So in that case also we have to take care that every user's data is securely kept and there is no issue with managing it and so on. And finally, the network latency. Latency means delay. When more data is being accessed, definitely there will be a delay. So we have to see to that how much time it takes for a packet to get from one designated point to another. And latency is normally measured by sending a packet that is returned to the sender. Normally, we will measure what is called as the round trip time. I'm sure you must have studied in most of the network protocols. So the same thing is under study here also. So all this will add to the overhead if we are going for high performance computing. So we will stop here and continue in the next lecture the remaining of the three challenges. Thank you.